Hey guys, if you didn't know, I was a huge fan, and still are, of the show Alone on the History Channel. It's where they take 10 contestants from all walks of life and they put them on Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island is in Canada. It's very cold, it's very wet, and the resources are there, but they're very hard to get to. It's really nasty terrain. They have limited gear. They're allowed to take certain gear with them, and a lot of stuff is restricted as well. They cannot hunt big game. They're not allowed to have rifles or any of that. The show is basically a contest to see survival of the fittest. Who's there the longest wins $500,000. Okay, great, 500 grand. That's awesome. So, what I wanted to do is show you guys what I would bring to the show if I was ever selected. Obviously right now financially it's not good for me to go on a 1 month or 2 month sabbatical. That's probably not going to be an ideal thing as for most people. I would never talk negatively about the people that were able to do it. I think it's a one in a lifetime thing to do, and if I had the chance to do it, I would definitely do it. I mean, even if you didn't last too long, at least you tried it. My experience has always been military experience. I'm also a woodsman. I love going out hiking, trekking, whatever, hunting. I'm a big fan of being out in the woods. I do know from past experience that being out there, being cold, being wet, calorie depleted, dehydrated, all those things will affect you psychologically. So on the show you'll see a lot of psychological problems, people not thinking clearly anymore. The stuff that they learned in the book is not working anymore. So you have to constantly keep doing it and thinking and using the tools and the skills, the knowledge that you got before you got on the show. Psychologically it's pretty tough out there as well, because like I said, you're alone. There's nobody there. They do have some security measures, like you can use an air horn or a flare, and I think they have pepper spray or bear spray for bears. But again, you're not allowed to hunt or trap any big game. So primarily, your food source is either what you brought, which is very minimal, or the fish or the little rodents and weasels or birds that you can get on that island, which is very hard to trap. But I think most people that do well do the fishing. All right, they have some type of fishing gear. I'm going to go over this real quickly, and what I would like to do is to see your setup. If you had only 10 specialty items, let me see what you have. There's no prize involved, but I'm just interested to see. Now I'm going to read the gear list off of the website from the History Channel after I'm done introducing you to this. And if you have the time and you don't mind showing me what you would bring for the 10 survival items, that would be awesome. First things first, that's not here, that's not listed, is the Gill Net. Like I said, the Gill Net works while you're not there. So that would be my first item. Obviously, it's in another pack, that's why it's not here. But I always bring a survival Gill Net with me when I go out into the woods if it's going to be a long trek. I'm not an awesome fisherman. I'm not bringing rods and reels and lures. I'm going to put up a Gill Net, stake it in the ground at low tide, and then high tide hopefully I get something. So it's an awesome piece of kit. It doesn't weigh much, it doesn't cost much, so it's a great item. So that would be number one. Number two, as you see in the back, this long black thing right there, that is a military sleep system. I'm only going to bring 2 parts because it starts clicking off your 10 items. So the Gill Net is one. I would bring the Gore-Tex bivy and the black bag. There's a green bag in there, that's a summer bag. The winter bag is black. It's supposed to be rated for minus 10 or whatever it is, minus 30. Great bag. So I bring those 2 items. I'd also bring a cooking pot that I think you can go up to 2 quarts. The largest cooking pot with a bale handle, that's the one I would bring. That is a zebra right there, works great. For fire starting, I would bring some type of fire steel, the longest and biggest one I can. This is a 6-inch by 1/2 inch, and I would put some type of lanyard cord on it. I think in the show already there was one guy that lost his, and last year another guy lost his as well and had to bail out. Okay, fire is going to be so important on that island. As far as large cutting tools, this is Husqvarna, but you can get any Swedish made cutting axe. You know, you are allowed to bring saws and other cutting items, but as far as having a little bit more for pounding in steaks or bushcrafting, I think an axe is a little bit better than a saw, although a saw uses less energy. So you're going to have to kind of figure out, you know, what you want to bring. As far as cordage goes, I'm going to go with 550 cord. I don't think you're allowed to bring any bank line or tarred line. I don't know if it's an environmental thing or they just don't allow it. It's not on the list. So 100 feet of 550 cord. For a knife, I'm going to bring one of my own. This is the Mark I Scout. It is a saber grind made of 154 cm. Excellent blade length, great for any type of traps or triggers or any type of hunting. It's the perfect size, okay? And because it's stainless, I don't have to worry about any rusts getting on it or into it or trying to clean it up. Like I said, these guys are going to be out there for, you know, essentially a month at least, if not two. So I want something that has a little bit less that I have to worry about. If you're interested in that knife, you can go up to Three River Blades and check out all the different types of blades and blade steel I have up there. You are allowed to bring cover. I would bring a tarp. I think it's a 10 by 10 tarp. I would already bring that with the cordage, and I'm already halfway there. Obviously, with my axe, I could probably make a pretty decent shelter. Now it's going to rain, it's going to get cold, it's going to get nasty. So if you watched last season, you saw how cold those guys are. So shelter's going to be number one. You know, they are allowed to bring food. Obviously, the Wise Company and all that, they're not allowed to bring that. But I wanted it there as representation. Okay, I wanted to remind myself that you can bring emergency food, and I will read it off of the website itself. There are restricted items as well that you're not allowed to bring that I'll also read that off. So these are the 10 items that I would bring. Okay, fishnet, 2 sleeping bag bivvy, a container, axe, tarp, 550 cord, a good knife, a fire steel, and my 5 pounds of food. Okay, those are my 10 items. So if you like, go ahead and do a video. Show me what you guys would bring. I think Chris from Prepared Minds is like breaking down everything from that show, which is great. For me, I just want to see the gear because I'm a gearhead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the list of things that you can and cannot bring. So if you're already bored to tears and you want to go, that's fine. Just show me what you're going to get. If not, stay tuned. Alright guys, quickly I'm going to go over this. This is straight from the website. It says each alone participant brings clothing, safety, and survival gear to Vancouver Island. Here's a list of all the standard items that each participants are given, as well as a master list from which they are allowed to select 10 specialty items. Finally, there's a list of prohibited items. So clothing, personal effects. These items do not count towards the 10, but may not exceed the approved quota for each. Okay, so a pair of hunting boots you can have. 2 pair of outdoor pants. They can unzip into shorts if you want. 1 t-shirt. 2 fleece or wool shirts, hooded or unhooded. 3 pairs of wool socks. 1 hat brimmed, wool or baseball cap. 1 bandana or shama. 1 pair of gloves. 1 outdoor jacket, 1 light outdoor jacket I should say. 2 pairs of underwear. 1 rain jacket or rain trouser, and rain trouser, so you can have like a rain set, which is nice. 1 thermal underwear, long johns basically. 1 pair of gaiters, 1 pair of Crocs, Teva sandals or Keen sandals, whatever. 1 toothbrush, 1 pair of prescription glasses, and 1 personal photograph. So if you have a photograph of your family, you're allowed to bring it. Okay. The winter packs are provided. If you watch the show, they are Kelty packs, and I think I forget what size they are, but they're really nice Kelty packs, and they were provided by the show, which was pretty awesome. You could bring 1 heavy wool sweater, 1 pair of gloves, either wool, and 1 trapper's hat or ear protection or toboggan. All right. The safety equipment they're going to provide for you. 2 safety tools that consist of either a canister of wild animal repellent, which is bear spray, an air horn, or a flare. The regulation rule book, the backpack, like I said, is provided. 1 camera pack provided because it's their equipment. one emergency flare, one satellite phone to basically push the button and call in, one emergency personal flotation device, one first aid kit. See, they never tell you about the first aid kit, but it's a military type with tourniquet, wadding, ace bandage, alcohol, and plastic bag. Remember, these guys are out in the woods. They're not easy to get to. So either by car, plane, or car, helicopter, or boat is the way they got to extract them. One small mirror, 20 by 20 canvas tarp, a 10 by 10 tarp for protection of the camera equipment. One GPS tracking device, which is the little orange thing you'll see a lot of people. It's like this, I think they call it a spot GPS. I have one, they're pretty good. One headlamp, one emergency ration pack, including water and food. Okay. The individual, okay, here we go. The individual participants must choose 10 total items from the following list. Selections are final. Once chosen, no items can be swapped or replaced, and each participant's unique tool will be used to survive in the wilderness on camera. So they also have to film this stuff, which is kind of a pain. But here we go. Shelter. You can bring one or two of these items as long as it doesn't exceed 10. 12 by 12 ground tarp with grommets, 8mm climbing rope, 550 paragord, 20 meters, one hatchet, one saw, one axe. So you have to pick one of those. Bedding is one seasonal sleeping bag that fits within the backpack. One bivvy, which is the Gore-Tex. One sleeping pad, one hammock. For cooking, one large, no more than 2-quart pot, as you see, with lid. One frying steel pan, one flint ferro rod set, one enamel bowl for eating, one spoon, one canteen of water, one canteen or water bottle, one bear canister. A bear canister is what you put your food in. Hygiene, you can have 1 bar of soap, 8-ounce tube of toothpaste, or a face flannel. 40mm roll of dental floss, 1 small bottle of bio soap, 1 shaving razor, 1 towel, 1 comb. I don't think anybody wasted their 10 survival items on hygiene kit. Yeah, it is what it is. You're going to be stinky anyway, but I'd rather have some food than a bar of soap. Hunting. 300-yard roll of nylon single filament fishing line, 20 assorted hooks, no lures, 1 primitive bow with 6 arrows, must be weight of wood, so no composites or crossbows, 1 small gauge gill net, alright, so they give you the dimensions, 8mm by 2mm or 1.5 deep, 3.6mm long, and 2-inch, so it's a 50mm mesh net, okay. You can have a 1 slingshot or catapult. That's pretty funny. 1 net for foraging, a foraging bag, 3.5 roll of trapping wire. All right, so here's the food. Obviously, this isn't any of that, but I would bring some of this. 5-pound bag of jerky, great. 5-pound bag of dried puzzles, legumes or lentils, mixed starch and carbs. 5 pounds of biltong. I don't know what that is. 5 pounds of hardtack military biscuits, 5 pounds of chocolate, simple complex sugars, 5 pounds of pemmican or trail mix, 5 pounds of gorp, which is raisins and M&Ms and peanuts, 5 pounds of flour, or 2 pounds of rice or sugar with 1 teaspoon of salt. I think that's what do you call it, bamkin or bam whatever. The tools. So these are the tools that you can bring. 1 pocket knife, 1 hunting knife, 1 Leatherman tool, 1 sharpening stone, 1 roll of duct tape or a roll of electrical tape, 1 small shovel, 1 small sewing kit, 1 carabiner, 1 LED flashlight, 1 pair of ice spikes. Okay, so those are the things that you can pick from. Alright, those are the list. As you can see, the list is pretty small. These are the prohibited items. Fuel or matches, bug spray, mosquito repellent, sunscreen, chapsticks, sunglasses, beauty products. I don't know why you would bring that, but okay. Maps, detailed, so you can't have any, no compasses. Approved technology, anything with a battery or cell phone, computer watches, etc. So I think your Suunto watch is probably going to be out because they don't want you to use it for navigation. Professional snares, firearms of any kind, ammunition is not allowed, explosives or gunpowder not allowed, animal poisons, professional fishing rods, fishing lures, flies, bait kit, fishing traps, food or beverage except with the option from the selected list, any decoys, no animal calls, tree stands, professional bows or crossbows, so like I said, you can't have any of the modern stuff. scopes of any kind, tents or shelters, shovels, pressure cookers or cooking appliances. I'm sorry, that's stoves. Hydration pack, fire pits. You can't bring a fire pit? That's weird. Electric or propane lanterns, inflatable boats, filtration, purification devices such as iodine, coolers or food storage boxes except for the bare canister. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. As you can see, there'll be a complete list. If you're interested, you can click on the link below and read it for yourself. I'm very happy to bring this to you, and I hope that you guys will share with me. Let me know the 10 items that you would bring based on this list, and I think it's on Thursday on the History Channel. Alright guys, thank you very much. Go to 3riverblades.com. Thanks.